First, it was instant messaging, then MySpace, now Facebook and Twitter have been thrown into the social media mix. It can be a whole lot for parents to keep up with, especially when kids tend to catch on a lot quicker. So how do you protect your children from online predators or even other kinds of criminals? Barrett Andrews is on special assignment with how one Facebook family is approaching this issue.
It's something that slowly seems to be happening. Parents signing up for social media sites like Facebook, which allows you to connect with friends and share information, photos, videos, and more with them, or Twitter, which is like a blog that limits you to only so many characters, keeping updates brief. Now, these aren't just some newfangled things for youngsters anymore, and Toledo police say that is one more level of parental involvement, the kind that'll keep kids safe.
I feel pretty safe online.
He's a 14-year-old boy, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know the people that are out there, the pervs, the strange ones.
That's why Vicki Leip keeps tabs on her 8th grade son, Connor. She and her husband, Rob, and their 21-year-old son, Max, are all on Facebook. But for one member of the Perrysburg family, there is a catch.
We allowed Connor, who's our 14-year-old, to also get a Facebook, but under strict orders that Mom and Dad would have his password, and we were free to look at anything that was on there at any time.
At first I thought it was going to be like that, I won't get a Facebook if she doesn't have the password. But I think as I went on, I understand, to keep me safe, make sure nothing bad's going on and nobody tries to stalk me or anything like that.
And police agree with that logic. Lieutenant David Schmidt of Toledo Police Property Crimes.
The more parental involvement, the more parental concern, the more knowledge parents have, the better.
But both Lieutenant Schmidt and Vicki Leip think there's a good number of parents who let their children's activity go unchecked, whether it's fear of being too controlling, not understanding the technology, or just not caring at all. And that's when dangerous, even tragic situations present themselves.
You've got completely blissfully ignorant parents. I think there's a lot more positives. As long as you've got parents that are a little involved, although in this day and age, they might be physically there, mentally absent, so there's our trouble. And you can't fix that. You can't fix stupid.
Speaking of stupid, Lieutenant Schmidt tells me so often people just don't think about what they're putting online, especially with things like Facebook statuses and microblogging sites like Twitter. A simple update can provide a lot of information for people who know how to use it maliciously.
The famous, my parents aren't home right now, or gee, I can't talk now because my parents just came home from work, because you're telling that person that you're there alone, or when your parents are working, you don't know what that other person's up to all the time. There's pedophiles out there. There's criminals out there, be it burglars, pedophiles, whatever, that want to get in your house and know about you and find out information about you.
And don't think they won't go out of their way to deceive you. Schmidt points out that Facebook's policy of using a real name to sign up, while it might seem safer in most cases, could actually provide a false sense of security, which is why, as Facebook says, you should only friend people you know in person. If you don't recognize a picture or a name, don't be a friend just because everything seems legit.
I'm going to have a Facebook page. I'm probably going to get Arnold Schwarzenegger's picture and put on there and tell everybody I'm 6'2", 180 pounds, and I bench press 400.
No comment from the peanut gallery on that one, but let's give you a few other tips, some you might not have heard before. All these coming from police. Here's a good one. If you wouldn't let a person into your house, don't let them talk to you or your kid online. It's like letting them right in the front door. Like Vicki, have your kids' passwords. They might think it's a little much, so try not to go nuts about every little thing, but address those safety issues. They're your kids, you're responsible for them. Use security settings on whatever site you're on. If you don't know how, search around, ask a friend for help, or email the company. But remember, while you might think you've completely disappeared, it is the internet, so that's impossible. But it can hide you pretty well. And keep your computer in a shared room, not in a kid's bedroom. It'll help you at least keep an eye on things. Now, when all's said and done, both the cops and members of the Leip family say you or your kids shouldn't outright avoid sites like Facebook or Twitter just because of safety concerns, because they say with the right steps and parental involvement, it's something that can be more positive than negative for all age groups.
I am Facebook friends with my cousins who live in Europe, and my family that lives far away. I'm here in Ohio. They're in California, Texas, Arizona, and I have contact with them. I've reunited with friends I haven't seen since junior high or high school. It's a wonderful tool.
And it's not just individuals who see it that way. Later on in this newscast, Howard Chen will show you how one organization is using social media to target their consumers and promote themselves. For now, on special assignment, Barrett Andrews, Fox Toledo News.